Hey luminous.alfee, welcome back to my channel. Today is the Q&A day. Finally, we've got a proper Q&A. I'm super happy for that, and I'm excited to answer all these questions. For sake of one shady question, I decided to keep all the questions anonymous. So guys, unfortunately you won't make it to this video, but who knows, maybe in the next Q&A, if the questions will be a little bit less shady, maybe then I will decide to put you on the screen. So yeah, without further talking, let's get into the video. Okay, we will start with the more common questions, one of them being, how did you discover Winx Club? Long story short, I was like 2 or 3 years old and I watched season 3. I remember this like one memory, and this is like my earliest memory. I remember how I watched this episode when Stella was like pouring fairy dust on Sky when he was corrupted. You know, the Aspero's fault, all that, we know it. So yeah, that's what I remember, and that's my earliest memory. So probably I became a Winx fan back then. But then I also remember when at the age of 5 or, yeah, I think 5 or 6, my cousin was like, hey, do you want to watch Winx Club? And I was like, yay! Like, literally, I already knew what Winx Club was. I knew what's the T, and we were playing with dolls. Good old times, genuinely. What is better in your opinion, the Nickelodeon Winx Club or 4Kids Winx Club? If you mean the dubs, I don't like any of the English dubs. I'm going to be fully honest. But I'm leaning more towards the Nickelodeon, but I don't know, I just wish they actually dubbed season 1 and 2 instead of making those specials, because they were kind of unnecessary. But the animation there was a little bit better than the original one, I'm going to be honest, just saying, my taste, you know. But, you know, I think it was cool anyway. What is your favorite color palette in a Winx Club transformation? Ooh, so I think Flora's color palette is the best one in my opinion, but you cannot really mess anything up regarding like someone having like those like particular colors in a transformation, like green and pink. She looks gorgeous, and especially in 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, literally they also like incorporated some blues, and I think I enjoy that a lot. But I think most of the color palettes are good, somewhat. Yeah, and I also don't like Bloom in pink as much, except for Onyx, that's one of the exceptions. I wish they gave her more also yellows and sometimes, well, greens that would be shady a little bit towards gingers, but I think it would suit her. What is your opinion on the Winx Club reboot, aka Winx Club The Magic is Back? Well, like from the beginning, I kind of had fun, you know, like when I watched it for the first time, but when I rewatched it, I started finding a lot of flaws, and from the beginning, I knew like the pacing was terrible, but then afterwards, it was just so not as entertaining as I found it for the first time. I think it's just a one-time watch for me. I don't really like it, and I also don't condone usage of generative AI for making designs and posters and all that. What is your favorite character season of Winx Club? My favorite character is probably Flora, but it's always shifting between Flora, Aisha, Tekna. I don't know, Flora, obviously, like ever since I was little actually, I liked Aisha. But then I switched to Flora, then I was in my Aisha era, Flora. Now, recently I've been in my Tekna era, and now I'm in my Flora era. So I don't know, it's always shifting throughout my life. And regarding the favorite season, I'm ashamed to admit this, but when I was younger, back in 2019, my favorite season used to be season 6 and 7. These 2 seasons were my faves. Now I'm that stereotypical basic Winx fan, I am going to say it's season 3. I do enjoy this one the most. And what is your favorite transformation? Specifically, the original 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. Once again, basic pig, but I don't know, it's just so good in my opinion. I think it deserves to be a bit overrated, well, a lot overrated and glazed, but I think it deserves that, genuinely. I don't know. Then I got an interesting question. Is there a chance you will work on a Winx game outside of Roblox? All I'm going to say is that no. I'm sorry, not really. I don't see myself that way. But I mean, I don't know. Really don't know. I don't know what the future brings, but I don't think so far. Can you work with animation programs? I've tried, but no, seriously not. I'm stupid when it comes to this, okay? I am great with creative things, okay? I'm great with making GUIs. I'm great with designing. I'm great with singing, making music. And I'm great for all this artsy stuff. But I'm not good when it involves coding, numbers, whatever, and modeling. Like, no, that's another... And I admire y'all, but it's another level of skills. How well can you draw? I mean, my drawing skills aren't like the best, but I think they ain't bad as much as well. Like, I mean, I drew my profile picture. I don't know, I think the proportion somewhat makes sense, and it is somewhat good. You can tell that it is supposed to be my OC and it's not supposed to be, I don't know, a cow. What is your ranking from the best to worst Winx transformations? All I'm going to say is that I'm not gonna do the full ranking here, but I will do top 3 and the bottom 3. So we will start with the bad stuff. My least favorite Season 8 Enchantix, my second least favorite Butterflix, and my third least favorite Season 8 Sirenix. Now, my top 3. My ultimate favorite, Original Enchantix, then Season 5 Sirenix, my second favorite, and my third favorite is Onirix. Who do you think is the most iconic voice actor or voice actress in the entire Winx Club franchise? Also international dubs included. Ivana Korolová as Musa. You could never. Her voice is literally Musa-ish.
Dokázala jsem to. Vážně? To si myslíš? Jasonovi se to líbilo a on je odborník na hudbu. Jo, přesně tak. Celý den mě jenom kritizuješ. To je tvůj způsob, jak mě podpořit?
What video editor you use? I use KineMaster, but also some other, which I don't know. I don't want to really spill all the tea because it's my little secret. But I use for the most part KineMaster. Do you think Winx Club deserves stories where they'd explain what was left unexplained in the show? I mean, yes, certainly. I think that it would be cute, some kind of spin-off, maybe Trix's POV of the story. That would be also cool. I would love to also see a little movie about the Trix saving Diamond. Like, there are so many opportunities. It doesn't have to be only this. It could be, I don't know, like Kiko's POV, for example, Adventures with Kiko, and they could, I don't know, it could be something like Dora Explorer, but they would learn Italian. That'd be also cool. Literally, Rainbow, hire me. I have so many ideas. Will you ever tell us about your own personal self/backstory? I have absolutely no idea if I will do so, because I don't know, like, it would be uncomfortable for me because I've gone through so many changes, so many phases. It's just a question mark for me so far, but I'm ready to talk about my own OC's backstory, which maybe there's some resemblance to my real life. Will you ever become the type of YouTuber who will get paid for making chapter for someone? I am gagged. This question is so shady. This is the reason why I'm actually keeping all of you anonymous. It is in relation to this video where I addressed Enchantix, and in the meantime, from what I've heard, there's another video, and I refuse to address that because there's a lot of nonsense being said. You know what? I have my pawn to pick with Enchantix, so I will address it quickly. So, drama warning, skip to the part where I stop speaking about it if you're not interested. I will make this short and sweet. So, my first point, your issue was that I did not censor your name. You did not censor my profile picture. People have been saying a lot of nasty stuff, wishing me to kill myself and all that. Being homophobic and transphobic. Then, no mention of Roblox and Genshin TOS. You did not address this situation. This is not fair towards the people, towards your customers, let's just say. Then, the comment you read, basically, you literally read a comment unverified from a random stranger on TikTok. You are not verifying your info, therefore you should not be trusted. Editing me, I want to also address the thing that is contained in the comment, which is me, quote unquote, bragging about being a TFT tester, which actually has never happened. It was a rumor spread by a person who was jealous of me being, at the time, a tester and a content creator. If you don't know, yes, I used to be a tester for the Fairy Guardians revamp, but later on got demoted because of something that I don't want to talk about. It is a long story. full of a lot of nonsense and lies, let's just say, from one certain person who is not a part of the TFG staff, let's just say. Okay, it is someone completely unrelated. It is someone who hurt me a lot in the past, but that's a story for another day. So yeah, that's how it is. Someone else basically was jealous of me and spread a rumor about that, even made a group chat. Then later on, I was even getting harassed, sent death threats and all that nasty stuff. So I just think it's not even justified to say these claims. And regarding the comment, I'm going to address one issue, which is me taking down the video where I exposed the owner of the Magical Fairies. I wanted to put this video to the rest, but it was taken down because I was being harassed. This person had absolutely zero insight towards the entire situation and all my drama. So it's funny how this person was actually bringing that up, but who am I to be angry? And in closing, 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, bless your heart. Okay, the drama's over, okay, the part is over. Now, to answer this question, no, I'm against that. Have you ever considered giving TFG some ideas, some clothing ideas, yada yada yada? Actually, yes, I made a video where I made actually something. Then also in Discord server, I said that I'd love to have some space bodysuits or some space suits, you know, in the game, because, you know, I'm one with the space. I feel like, you know, space is my passion, nature is my passion, so for me it's like very important. Will you ever participate in the fashion designer in TFG? I don't know, I did participate, but my makeup looks were not added. Maybe they were too bad for that, but I was actually proud of some of them. I don't know, probably not, because I'm busy, and yeah, that's the only reason. What games you love to play but not post about? I like to play lately Royal High, Dress to Impress, those like very fashion games. Monsterverse, obviously. And yeah, there might be more games, but I just don't want to be naming all of them really. Do you kinda know the scrap lore of the old TFG/TMG? Absolutely, I know a lot. I take myself as a historian when it comes to this game and, you know, to this entire community, because I know it since its beginning. Not very beginning, like when the development started back in 2020 or 2019, you know, but I know some stuff from back then. I collected some stuff, but I found out about TFG, I think, around like 2020 or 21 maybe even. I don't know, but I'm one of the OGs, honey, trust and believe. And was I that the girl who played it when it released? Heck yeah. Have you ever played 𝗏𝗵𝗍 and Springs? If so, do you know the lore? I don't know if it has any lore. I have played these two, but I don't play these often because I don't support usage of generative AI, let's just say. But I played the very OG old Springs when it was actually Winx Club themed. Gagged, that was such so many good memories. I actually used to meet my fans a lot often there, which was actually fun. Do you plan on playing the PS reboot game? I probably don't. I don't really want to play it. It's not only on PS, it's also on computer from what I've heard. I won't, most likely. Also on Nintendo from what I've heard, but I don't know what's true about that. How long have you known Winx Club for? Oh my god, the majority of my life, like since I was 2 or 3, so a lot of years. Will you ever make your Winx Club series with your OC in it? I heard that one girl does it. I forgot her name, but someone does it. She's well known in our community. But that doesn't matter. I don't know if I'll ever do a Winx series in the first place. Like, I planned to so many times, but, you know, I canceled it every time, so I don't kind of believe myself in that. But who knows what the future brings. Will you ever do a roleplay? I used to roleplay a lot back then, like not recording, of course. Like if you meant recording it, I don't know. I don't want to do a recording like of roleplays because that's too chaotic. But I used to like roleplay a lot with my friends. I remember like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, baby, that used to be that girl when it actually got frequent updates back then. Y'all don't remember it probably. But also it was Angelix. Back then when even it was called Winx Club Your Magical Adventure or something like that. Then 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Club. Oh my god, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Club. these were these girls. These girls, yes. And also 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Galaxy. Like, that was also that girl, kind of. Would you ever collaborate with another content creator? If so, who? I don't know. Probably I'd be open to that, but I'd need to do some background check. Like, you know, I don't want to like kind of support people who are problematic. Like, I mean, I myself am problematic, okay? Let's just be fully honest. But maybe I have a couple of creators in my mind, but you will have to wait and see. What got you to YouTube? Oh my gosh, love this question. This is a very good question, and this should be a history book. So long story short, back in 2019, 2018-ish, I used to make some little pet shop videos, and I made multiple like old channels, like, you know, they are now deleted most likely. But I used to do these, and literally, oh my god, I was that girl. In Czech Republic, it was a huge thing, okay? It was, of course, in Czech. I didn't know English that well back then. I really enjoyed doing that. It was kind of like floppy, the quality was bad, but I still had a good time. But then, even on this channel, I did these, but then I switched to Roblox because the community started dying, kind of. So I decided to like switch to Roblox, and the reason was, I saw people like, if you remember, if you're a real OG, you remember Stella from Solaria. That girl was known later on as 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That person used to be, that girl used to be super popular. You know, I'm kind of like gagged that it's been so much time, you know, since this community has ever like begun to be big. We literally got big only. Before, it was like some like random trash games back in 2015. But now we're like a huge community, and it actually makes me a little bit emotional and sentimental, you know. I'm one of the OG YouTubers. Back then I was not that known like some of the girls. Some of the girls were also copying me. Well, until this day, some of the girls are trying to copy me, but babes, they are not doing a good job. Let's just be honest. What is your subscriber goal? I don't really have one. I don't really care how many subscribers I will have. I don't know, like, it used to be 1,000 subscribers. I surpassed it like some time ago, so yeah, thank you so much guys for subscribing to me, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, by the way. Run the numbers and let's show others that I'm the rightful queen of all YouTube. Thank you. Who's your favorite Winx YouTuber? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't watch these much, honestly. I don't know, I think 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, I would say, is my favorite. Like, shout out to them, like, this person, yes. This person has a relaxing voice, genuinely, does amazing remixes, does amazing analysis onto Winx Club. Will you ever reveal your gender / are you a boy or a girl? Guys, I think it's time to set the record gay, not straight, because I ain't straight. Well, guys, I'm neither of those two. I'm non-binary. I go by they, them. I have it even in my bio. So guys, please be respectful next time. Some haters, especially those haters, start saying some stuff behind my back. Please at least use the correct pronouns. What's your style of music? I listen to anything, genuinely. Really, like, I listen to anything. I think it has no boundaries, really. Most likely pop. I think like that's basic gay thing, you know, of me, but why not? Who do you think should have a better background story in Winx Club? Everyone. Everyone, yes, everyone. Except for Bloom and Aisha, these two have a decent one, but the rest of the characters, you should have a better background story. What's your favorite TV show? That's a good question, genuinely. Probably RuPaul's Drag Race. What is your least favorite? Winx season, transformation season 8 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and season 7. If you could redo a transformation sequence, which one would it be? Ooh, probably Tynix. I would just make it longer. I think so far what we got was stunning, but I wish it was longer and everyone had the equal screen time. And then Butterflix, of course, because there's so much potential of it. I would probably not create Butterflix in the first place, but okay, if we must, then I would just do something thickening. So, you know, you could do a cocoon, you could do some caterpillar to butterfly transformation, you know? You could do some flowers and all that. You could make it more sickening and beautiful, and I would cut off the dance. That's only good for getting Butterflixed. Rank the tricks. Ooh, my favorite Stormy, second favorite probably Icy, and then Darcy. But I love Darcy a lot, okay? So I love these three so much, but Stormy actually, for me, it's like the best one. It used to be Icy actually back then, but now it's like Stormy. Have you ever heard of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the South Korean show? I absolutely don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I will do some background check, but I've never heard of it. Least favorite Winx. Oh my god, it's got to be probably Bloom, because I like still Bloom. I do still like her, but it's like on season 4 onwards, she got on my nerves. Instantly, literally, like kind of she did, especially actually in season 6 to season 7, these 2 seasons, they were peak of me being like, Bloom, what the frick are you doing? Least/favorite Winx Club boyfriend. Okay, so my ultimate favorite probably would be either 𝗏𝗏𝗏 or 𝗏𝗏𝗏, like those green flags. And least, ooh, probably next, like pack it out, honey, pack it up. Favorite power in the show or the other shows? Probably something with space or something. That's why my OC is Fairy of the Space Time, basically, which is like, you know, like a lot. So yeah, something space or nature themed actually is like my favorite. If you could rewrite one season, just one season, okay, of Winx Club, what would you do? Okay, I would probably rewrite season 8 because it has the most potential out of the season 6 to season 8 era. I would just make them less like children. I would make them much stronger. I would literally, their power, they are literally full-fledged fairies, you know? So like, why would they need it? Why the heck would they need to be weak, right? So, I don't know. I would change a lot of in the story. And the same goes to season 7. Will you ever do a giveaway? Okay, guys. Okay, I see where you're going. Oh my god. Not now, but maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe, because so far financially it's not beneficial for me, but maybe in the future, who knows? I could do like bring a little one too. What is your favorite Winx spell? Okay, this is an adorable question. Probably, like, I don't know if Fairy Dust counts because I like the concept of healing, but probably Flora's Flower of Cyrenix. It's such a healing spell. No, wait, Flora's Nature Symphony. Babes, that was sickening. That was the moment. What is your favorite Winx Club song? Oh, I love this question. Yes, probably 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, then it would be Cyrenix, then Superheroes, then Return to Me. I like that one. I like also Shine Like a Diamond. I like a lot of the Secret of the Lost Kingdom songs. I like a lot of the songs, but my top one would be 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 most likely. Which Winx Club dub is your favorite? Okay, I know you mean English one, but I don't like any of those English ones. If it had to be for the English one, probably Nickelodeon. But overall, you did not send boundaries, so overall, I think I would have to either go with the Italian one or 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 dub. Have you ever heard of Lolly Rock? Yes, I'm tuned in for season 3. Stan Talia, Stan Lena, period. What is your favorite part about the process of video making? Probably just recording it, you know, yapping my mind out. And the last and definitely not least, what was your reaction when the Fairy Guardians got official licensed by Rainbow? I knew it. Genuinely, I had a feeling like that because I even asked Matt in private messages like, hey Matt, is, you know, like officially the Fairy Guardians like a thing with Rainbow, you know, like, you know what I mean? And it was like, no, it was just for testing, you know, the names, you know, they were like Aishan, it was not Aquaria, for example. So I was like, okay, but I was like, girl, I know you cannot say that because of NDA or something like that, so I know you're lying. And I knew that. I was not even shocked, and I was like just happy for them, even though back then I decided to take a little break or a long break from the Fairy Guardians or Mad Bee Creations community as a whole because a lot has happened. That's the last question, and thank you so much for asking, everyone. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. If you have any other question, make sure to ask me down below. Maybe I will be able to answer some of those questions if they are not way too spicy. And yeah. As it's written in the stars, keep clocking it and stay hydrated, and bye-bye.